Hello, Leos. I love doing Leo readings because I am a Leo. No bias. It just is what it is. I love Leos, and Leos love me. So here we go. And I hope all my lions and lionesses are doing wonderful. I know you're doing good. I just know it. We are having a good month. This is rejuvenation season, us coming into full bloom. I haven't done these zodiac readings in a while. I was excited to get them done this month because last time I did it was in March with the eclipse, and it's been a lot. A lot of stuff have been going on, and I don't think I felt. I mean, we've been going through a lot of changes and stuff like that, but there's a real special feeling to June, and it just felt like, yeah, definitely a new path is now revealed itself, and it's time to get on riding along that road, that golden road, right? So we've been doing a lot of work. We've been asking for stuff. We've been clearing out, calling in. We've been manifesting things during May, and now June is here, and it's like, you ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? So we got to be ready. So we're going to go into the Lemurian Star Child Oracle deck, one of my favorites to use, just so that we can see where we are now. And then I'm going to go into the Dragon Oracle deck because I just felt everybody needs a dragon to tap into, because we're still going to be going through we're still clearing, because with every new level, and we have reached a new level, we have elevated, the 666 elevated us and put us all on that next level of life, right? I hope it feels like uplift and not a what's the other word? I don't even know, because it doesn't exist in my reality. Downgrade, right? So hopefully it feels like an upgrade and not a downgrade. But even when it feels like the downgrades, really it's an upgrade. And sometimes with the downgrades, it's really for us just to understand that, hey, it's time for these things to come to an end. And it's really just about our perception about what's ending, and if we are in resistance to it, or if we are accepting and allowing it. And if we are accepting and allowing it, then we can celebrate it. But if we're in resistance to it, it doesn't look or feel as good. So it's all about, our own perceptions and our own acceptance about what shows up in our lives, whether we're smiling, laughing, crying, or stressed out. All right. But I know you Leos, we get through some real major things with love and light and strength. So I know what y'all need, that dragon power, and to figure out what activation, how we're being activated this month during this beautiful month of blooming into our truest natures and just our next level. Because you know what? Next year, there might be another true nature that we have to tap into. And that's a part of accessing and owning and allowing our own multidimensionality, is realizing that it's an unfolding process, and we just have to accept the unfolding and the revelation, the revealing and the manifestation of our own natures. That's where we are as humanity, stepping into the newness, right? And accepting all of the new and letting the old go. That's the whole reset and reawakening that's happening within us and all around us. Okay, let's get into the cards. Once I put all the cards on the deck, we'll put the camera down to the deck too, so we can really absorb and get into the messages. All right, this is just a pre-shuffle and a little setup and introduction. All right, so let us see from the Lemurian Star Oracle what our beautiful Leos, lions, and lionesses are going to be experiencing and feeling and falling into and activating into during this beautiful month of June, then definitely the next 30 days. All right. First card is Earth Angel. Is that angelic ones? Angelic ones, yeah. And I've been learning some more about this angelic energy, and not we as in Leos, but humanity, humans, we have we have a genetic essence about an angelic genetic. We have an angelic essence in our genetics. I'm really into my gene keys now. So tap into your gene keys and see truly what you're made of. Know thyself. It's so important. Hey, you Leos, we know this. Multidimensionality, definitely. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Tapping into all of yourself and seeing who you truly are. This card just came out for Cancer as well. So if you look at your moon and rising signs as well, and travel. Nice, nice. All right, Leos. All right, and so that's some good energy. Um, Angelic ones. Tapping into your angelic nature, seeing the higher perspective, also helping people, but not having to go all the way down to where they are in order to help them, keeping your frequency high, multidimensional nature, tapping into all of your elements, seeing the world as multidimensional as well as yourself, and travel that can be inner and outer. But let's go into the other cards first before I start to go deep into the message for Leos. Yeah. And the numbers 9, 4, and 8. Good numbers, right? 9, completion. 8, infinity. 4, foundation. Good numbers. Great numbers, right? Remember, we're blooming now, right? So we're fully formed. And this is what we are blooming, sharing with others in the garden. When the flowers come into full bloom, that's where we're at. So we're grounded, and now we're just being ourselves, our true selves. Don't even try to be something that you are not. Just be you. How are you being activated, Leo? Ooh, this is the violet. This is the Lemurian codes. Yeah. Seeing the beauty, the higher frequencies, using our crystals, our sounds, our lights, our colors, unity, harmony, balance. Yep. Lemurian codes. Embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. Ashe. Interesting. That ties in with the multidimensionality, embracing sensitivity. It ties in with that. Just being you, right? So we have to see who we are to allow ourselves to be our entire selves and accept all that we are as well. Okay, let's see what's dragon energy. Again, I've been explaining this with each reading because not everybody's comfortable with the dragons. And be like, oh, what is this she bringing in? But the dragon energy again, Leo, fire, transformation. Dragons have that fire. Dragons help us to transform, and everything is just symbolic. That's how the subconscious mind works. So the dragon helps us to transform. It applies that fire so that the transformation can take place. As well as dragons fly, right? Go above, right? Stepping beyond duality to see that, hey, dragon qualities are actually here to bring up courage, help us to have that courage to walk through our own transformation so that we can get to our best selves. All right, so that's what the dragons are here for. And Leo, you have the orange dragon. Surprise, surprise. Creativity, sacral. And I always see a little bit of that yellow in there, but that creativity and that feminine energy too, creating from our sacral and from our womb space, clearing through those lower energies as well, and stepping up and really coming into our feminine power and creating with that. So let's see what this says. Bring soul families and communities together. Yeah, because the sacral chakra is how we connect with our families and our communities too. Those relationships, yes. So speak, spread belonging, warmth, and oneness. Bring people everywhere together. Yeah. Awesome. Beautiful. All right. So again, we're blooming, right? We're coming into full bloom. So this is what we're here to do, especially for the Leos, right? Let's see what we got. Let's go down onto the deck. Let's get on to the deck and look at these beautiful cards. All right. All right. So what do we have? Can we see? Yeah, we can see everything. Mhm. All right. And I'll just bring these ones up a little closer. Yeah, so they're everything. So they're there. Okay, so we have the angelic ones. Divine healing is upon you, divine grace and divine guidance. Isn't that just lovely? Again, full blooming. You are safe. You are safe to truly do your work, Leo. We've been through a lot. We've shed a lot. We've called in. We've released. We've accepted. We've released our truth. We've done a lot, and we need to feel safe that we can walk forward. We can be the new version of ourselves. We can trust. We have the wisdom. We've done the work, and we within ourselves we know that we are capable and we can walk this path. We know that we've been protected. We know that our path has been protected all of this time, and that protection is love. That's the love of our ancestors. That's the love of our family, the love of the earth, the love of everything around us, all of the benevolent energies around us coming in to allow us to do what we were here to do, and knowing that we are part of that angelic team, and that's in our DNA, because that Leo energy, that eighth, it's the fifth house, but really what in the spiritual world, what that lion energy truly represents. And in terms of consciousness, we are the ones, the sun energy. So you have to know within yourself, that's your star astrology, you know, how wherever you are with your astrology and in the depth of that knowledge, know that that sign is a very regal in terms of the spiritual and the zodiac nature of that purity of, you know, being truly regal, not on in a materialistic form, but in the purity of spirituality, right? So having that divinity nature of the angel. What is the angel? Is the light, which is the higher perspective. Take all of the human qualities out of it, of a man or woman or all of that, and just getting to the energy of light and the purity. And when we have an angel, an angle, it's like it's a perspective, it's a higher perspective interpretation of light energy. So realize that within yourself, that too is you. Okay, and job well done. You're getting divine healing, divine grace, and divine guidance. So you really don't need to walk with any fears. You just need to know, to trust, and to go move forward, right? It's your time to bloom. Multidimensionality, clearly the theme. This I guess this is the most recurring card so far. Um, Knowing yourself, know thyself on all levels, in, out, black, white, up, down, around, sideways, galactic, genetic, astrology, keys, human design, like everything. Know thyself. We Leos are seekers, so continue to seek, never give up on your seeking, and be you. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to be you. Be you. The world loves you. You love you. Travel. This is about really being able to tap into your inner worlds, um, and then again, starting with spirit inside, and really connecting in your stillness into yourself, and then using that for your outer world. So start always, your mission always starts from within. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, manifest, become, wherever you're trying to go, travel, any conversations that you might want to have with people, if you don't know how to express yourself or how it's going to happen or whatnot, there is always this element of surrendering. But a part of that surrendering, before we even surrender, some of the work that you can do before you surrender is really going into the stillness of yourself and meeting that within you and saying, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I want it to look. So it's like truly tapping into the power of your imagination and connecting with the depth and the magic and the wisdom within yourself and all that you are, in order for you to make the movement. So this travel is that shifting, truly where we are now. It doesn't necessarily have to be a physical travel, but how you move and how you manifest and how you can go into the depths of yourself, your own inner world, uh, starting there, so that you can now then travel the outer world, and how far you can truly go once you tap into that inner world. And there's so much to see there and to discover within your multidimensional self. All right. So inner and outer journeys, believing in yourself, and big shifts. Yes, definitely. This is complete shift of consciousness of how you see yourself, and how you see yourself, and understanding how, again, your nature. You are a part of the angelic ones. So knowing that, hey, I got a whole team of people with me, all right, loving me and walking with me, guides, ancestors, and masters. Okay? Don't doubt it, believe it, know it, and move and walk with that courage and that beauty. Your Lemurian seed codes, again, this is how you're being activated, truly stepping into embracing your sensitivity, your light, your empathetic nature, all of that, all of that is your angelic genetic code that is within you, right? Embracing that ability to tap into the energies, to tap into the crystals, to bring forth balance into your own field, as well as give balance and send your energy to other fields that need that energy too, to balance them out, right? Your uniqueness and living with grace. I think this one said grace too, divine grace. So that's, it's such a strong message. And grace truly is the gift that you. I remember having this argument with somebody last year or 2 years ago. I was like, you can't give yourself grace and all of that. But who else is going to give it to you? You know what I mean? Who truly else is going to give you grace? You have to understand for yourself that you've been forgiven. You have to forgive yourself. We have to live in manifestation. There's this thing saying that act as if, and truly we always have to act as if to match the frequency of what we are trying to attract into our life. So if you feel like you need grace or you need forgiveness or whatnot, then you act as if you have been giving that. And however that plays out for you is truly, that's a conversation again that you're having with yourself. No one can give these things to you, because somebody could give it to you, but you won't receive it. But when you know and you've given it to yourself and you know, okay, I've done the work, I've stopped doing what I didn't think I needed to be doing, I've forgiven myself, I've forgiven others, I haven't, I'm not holding on to grudges and anger and pain and criticism and all of these things, then you allow yourself to access the energy of grace, so know that it's here, and it's truly for you to wear that coat and to know it, to feel it, and to act as if, not as if, just be it because it is here for you. You have done it. And then we go into the orange dragon, bringing, and with all of that clearing that you have done, really divine grace, divine protection, and divine alignment, divine healing, guidance, with all of that goodness that is around you, benevolence that is around you, and you're now walking with, you can have healthy relationships in all corners of your life, career, family, community, because that is truly what happens when we clear ourselves of all of that density and now truly stepping into our light body, as they say, is that we have healthy relationships around us because we're no longer carrying the burdens of our past and our past experience. We're fully stepping into the now of who we are, and that opens up the new opportunities, right? And the lightness of our own experience. Spread belonging, warmth, oneness. Bring people everywhere together. So again, you're shining your light now. Now you are truly a part of the angelic team. And angels are not just, angels are not things flying in the sky. Let's put that down here on this new cycle. Angels are not things flying up in the sky. Angels are angles of light, which is truth, which is perspective, that you bring yourself into oneness with, right? And it's an energy. It's not a thing, it's just an energy of consciousness. Okay. All right, so which one should I read? Orange Dragon or Lemurian Seed Codes? Let's go into these Lemurian Seed Codes. Yeah, let's do that. I think that will be well served. Lemurian Seed Codes. When I first got this deck, that was the first card that came up for me. Lemurian Seed Codes. If you haven't heard about Lemuria, time for you to discover it. Definitely tap into the Lemurian energy. It is a beautiful energy to embrace and to be a student. It surely is. All right. Lemurian Seed Codes. Lemuria was a civilization that was in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in ancient times. The inhabitants of the sacred land lived in complete harmony with nature and had a connection with every living being, similar to the movie Avatar. And if you haven't watched that movie, watch it. It is very true. Lots of codes and activation in that movie. Their inner vision was fully activated to the point where it is thought that their pineal gland was fully developed and they could see for hundreds of miles in every direction in a similar way to the sonar of dolphins and whales. The majority operated from their heart space, honoring one another and nature so much so that when their civilization came to an end through a cataclysmic event, most likely the plates of the earth shifting, causing volcanic eruptions and a tsunami, most of them ascended. It is said that these highly attuned beings knew that their civilization would end and decided to send healing waves into another part of the world for future civilizations to benefit from. They telepathically channeled their frequencies into a thought form that would become crystals so that they would be found thousands, possibly millions of years later. These Lemurian seeds are a type of quartz crystal, mostly found in Brazil and Colombia. They are powerful crystals with striations similar to barcodes engraved on their faces. They have a feminine, receptive energy that is said to help us step into a more feminine way of being in order to help the evolution of the species. One of the things I learned about Lemuria too was that, like how they say Atlantis held the divine masculine energy, that Lemuria held the divine feminine energy. And information comes in at different times. And we have to keep our minds open because I'm also learning some new information about Atlantis that is different from anything that I've ever heard. And that's something that to keep, um, just to be aware of, that as we move through this awakening and reset cycle, we will come into different levels of truth. And it's truly for you to decide for yourself how you want to use that information. Um, you don't always have to accept it as truth, but if it feels aligned, or if it feels like that information will help your expansion to see this same thing in a new way or an expanded way, go with it, because it's truly to help you and your mind and your consciousness expand, as well as your heart. So don't get stuck in, oh, well, that's not what I was taught, so that can't be true. Don't do that. Connect. Visualize yourself on an island surrounded by pale blue waters, living in harmony with all living beings. If you own a Lemurian sea crystal, hold it in your left hand. Call out to the ancient ones of Lemuria and invite them to share their wisdom. Your message, Leo: you are a highly sensitive being. You might feel that this is a curse, but this card is here to let you know that it is a gift. It indicates that you have spent lifetime upon lifetime living with a giant shield up to stop the world seeing the real you. But you are highly unique. You are a highly unique soul with incredible gifts that are worth sharing. Through embracing your uniqueness, you can help many others embrace their own. This lifetime is a more graceful existence with less defense and more trust. It's not about protecting yourself, but stepping into the space of surrender and revealing your true self. And listen, I mean, the cards, every card coming out says that, Leo. So again, trust that message, that this is now the time for you to walk without any fears, to be your true self, to tap into the beauty, uniqueness, and the sensitive nature that you are, which involves going into the depth of yourself, getting that energy, connecting with that energy, and spreading that energy out to the world. All right. And helping it to, again, connect with family and community. That's the world, right? Because we're all a part of this human family, this family of humanity, and we have brothers and sisters beyond race and territory and boundaries. Okay, so Leos, continue to be your beautiful lioness, lion, queen, king self. And your heart and your courage will always put you in the right place at the right time. All right, walk well, bloom, full bloom season, rejuvenate, Leos. Love you all.